Alright guys, so a little bit of a refresher video. Alright, I did one of these about 3 years ago, and the idea behind it's pretty simple. Is it still worth it to buy a Mosin Nagant? Whether you're a collector or you're coming at it from a budget standpoint, you're looking for a budget rifle or maybe something that shoots good cheap ammo, is it still worth it to buy a Mosin Nagant? Now 3 years ago I came to the conclusion that yes, it is still worth it to buy a Mosin Nagant. But what about today, in 2018, with prices being what they are today? They've just continued to steadily rise. I mean, we're talking about an old mil-surp rifle. These old surplus rifles, as they get older, supply dries up, which of course drives up the price, and that's what we've seen happen to these things. In fact, I was just at a gun show here, 3 months ago? Wanamaker gun show, largest gun show in the world. Mosin Nagants, not anywhere near as good a condition as this. This one was in beautiful condition when I got it, and I took it and improved upon that. Put a bent bolt on there, refinished the gun, cleaned everything out of it, right? Guns that were not even as nice as this was when I bought this one, selling for $350 in 2018. I bought this one for 89 bucks 8 years ago. Okay, so obviously prices have gone up 3.5 times, more than 3.5 times their going rate for a rifle, again, that isn't even as good of a rifle, at least in condition, as this one right here. Now, at that same gun show, I managed to get a barreled receiver. This one right here. This is my Franken Mosin build. Some of you guys have seen the video. I bought a barreled receiver for 25 bucks at that gun show and then pieced together the rest of the rifle. Everything from the stock to the trigger, the bolt, the bayonet, everything. Pieced the entire rest of the rifle together. Total, I've got about 250 bucks in this thing right here. So that's pretty pricey compared to the 89 bucks I paid for this one, but we are talking about an age in which this rifle would normally sell for probably 400 bucks or more in this particular condition, right? So is that still a good deal? Is that still a good deal at 350 bucks or more? I don't know, right? It depends on which kind of direction you're coming from. Are you looking at it from a collector standpoint? If you are, the answer is really simple. Yes, it's still worth it. The price on these is only going to continue to go up. As supply dries up, the price goes up. It's pretty simple. That happens with all old guns, surplus guns. The longer we go on, the less there are of them around, which just makes them worth more money. So from a collector standpoint, yes, it absolutely, in my opinion, is still worth going out and buying even a $350 or $400 Mosin Nagant, even just a standard 9130 like this one right here. But if you're talking about from a budget perspective, okay, there's just no comparison. These rifles, specifically something like this, it's just not worth it. For $350 to $400 to some of them being 450 bucks and up, depending on condition. It just makes no sense whatsoever. There are so many good rifles out there on the market that you can go pick up that are going to be better than a Mosin Nagant. They're going to be lighter weight, they're going to be shorter, they're going to fire a more modern caliber, right? And they're going to be cheaper in many aspects. Savage Axis, the Ruger American, the Remington 783, which is a replacement for the 770, okay? And there's many others out there as well that fall into that $289.99 all the way up to $400 price range that are good, solid rifles that are going to be better than this long term, right? So, from a budget standpoint, Mosin Nagants, in my opinion, are no longer worth it. From a collector standpoint, they are. Now, the only exception to this is going to be when you ride the line between the two, and that is with something like this. Now, is this possible for everybody to piece together a Mosin Nagant for $250 bucks? No. I got lucky. I ran across a barreled receiver sitting on a table at a gun show, and it was $25. And I couldn't pass it up. Now, I'm sure there are still those deals out there. You go to enough gun shows, you might find something like that, and then you can hop on the internet and piece the rest of the rifle together like I did with this one, and come out at 250 bucks. And if you can get a good carbine length Mosin Nagant for $250, I say go for it. It is worth it at that price, but understand this is not the norm. Doing it this way is not going to be something that's going to be easy to do. It's not every day you run across a complete barreled receiver with the front sight post and the bayonet lug ready to go for 25 bucks. I got extremely lucky, which allowed me to do this. If you could still buy this rifle right here, or even this rifle right here for 250 bucks, I say, just like I did 3 years ago, yeah, I still think it's worth it even from a budget perspective. But today, I just can no longer say that. So yes, if you're a collector, by all means, go buy a Mosin Nagant. The prices will just continue to rise, and it will just be worth more money in a year than what you paid for it today. But if you're coming at it from a budget perspective, I just can no longer recommend buying a Mosin Nagant.